Headquartered on the leafy campus of Fife's Carnegie College, the Scottish Quality Management Centre is an internationally accredited training organisation and management systems think tank. Originally founded in the 1980s as an extension to the University of Stirling's Management Science faculty, SQMC is committed to aiding the development of the nation's manufacturing and service industries within the global marketplace. Now operating as an independent private company, SQMC provide private tuition, personalised in-house staff development and open to public training events. Our open courses are available at satellite venues across the UK, in addition to our flagship location, Dunfermline's Carnegie Conference Centre. This luxurious custom-built facility creates a relaxed and spacious environment for learning. Thousands of delegates from all over the world have attended our inspiring quality assurance and process auditor training programs. Among our most popular are the Internal Quality Auditor and the Lead or Supplier Quality Auditor courses, both of which are globally certified by the International Register of Certificated Auditors.
The Scottish Quality Management Centre use accelerated learning techniques because it's so important when transmitting information in a short period of time to people that we contextualise it. And we do that by determining what their learning styles are, what their previous experience of learning has been, how they react in learning situations, and we then, using experienced trainers, develop and deploy the most up-to-date training methodologies to meet those needs. And our trainers know how to layer training so that we can meet the needs of a diverse group. We also use it as a tool to show them how important it is to communicate well with all kinds of different people, which is partly what we're teaching them as auditors.
The high standard which delegates enjoy when visiting the centre extends beyond the training suites and into the elaborate on-site restaurant. Make friends and useful contacts in an informal atmosphere over a delectable two-course meal prepared daily from fresh local produce. And of course, the talented and knowledgeable head chef is only too happy to conjure up special servings that cater to any specific dietary requests. Perhaps the most expedient factor of SQMC's dynamic approach to training is the sheer enthusiasm brought to the classroom by our tutors, all of whom are practicing IRCA registered auditors.
I am passionate about process auditing because I see so many companies who accomplish things by firefighting and crisis management and have no idea what it costs them to produce their service or product for a customer. But with a process map and process auditing, you create a clear picture of the sequence of steps, of the resources, the inputs, the outputs, the people involved, the skill involved, the technology involved, and you create something that's just a 360-degree view of how the process operates. And basing an audit on that, an audit becomes part of the solution rather than part of the problem, and allows you to measure the efficiency, the effectiveness, and look for continual improvement.
Visit qualityauditor.co.uk for a rich resource of free articles covering topics such as training needs analysis and pre-qualification questionnaires, as well as helpful hints and tips which add value to process audits, updated regularly by SQMC's select team of experienced chartered professionals. The concept of quality was first recorded in history over 1700 years before Christ, when Babylonian king Hammurabi decreed strict quality control measures for a diverse range of activities, including building control and the manufacture of weapons of war. Almost 4,000 years later, quality has been formulated further, with universally agreed definitions and regulations available in easily obtained documents known as international standards. The most popular of these is ISO 9001.
Well, the benefits of 9001 implementation are that, first of all, you're recognised by a certification process because the standard itself is written in a manner which allows it to be checked by an external certification body, which we'll talk about in a minute. It encourages people to work to a system to ensure that your documents are controlled, that any documents you issue are controlled, that you conduct such things as internal audits to make sure your system is compliant, that you write procedures that reflect what you carry out during your daily operations, that you produce records to provide evidence of compliance of your various processes that you control. Then these are just a few of the tools that are in the system which allow you to get this benefit and to render this customer satisfaction. It is the companies that have bought into the standard that are doing best. You'd be amazed actually how this actually does work. And some of the more successful companies are actually some of the more modest ones who believe in the principle. To give an example, one of the most successful oil service companies insists on seeing me to ask me if there was any room for improvement. So even the MD of a most successful organisation will finish off with his comments, "There's always room for improvement, Ron. Thank you for coming."
What's the process for companies and organisations to go for certification?
The process for certification is that you have to make sure, first of all, that you have understood the requirements of the standard, that you have implemented all the clauses, and there are quite a range, quite a handful of clauses to think of, such as document control, control of records, looking at corrective action processes, things like preventive measures, calibration of your instruments. So there's a whole terrific toolbox in there to ensure that you do things correctly and that you're always trying to improve them. And once you're in that position, you effectively will invite an external UCAS accredited certification body to visit you and conduct one of 2 stage audits that are done to take you through a process where initially you're audited to make sure that you are compliant to the clauses and to what level, and that's called a stage 1 or a document review. When they come back the second time, they will audit you and check the implementation process the second time round, and it's effectively the live process. If you're satisfactory, they will recommend you for certification, which you get to keep thereafter, provided, of course, that you must have your surveillance audits either every 6 months or every year, depending on the size and complexity of the organisation.
When you're acting as a lead auditor for a certification body, what sort of companies do you visit?
The most obvious ones, obviously, engineering traditionally has been an industry that's used 9001, but it's extended to construction, to public bodies, to local government. The legal profession uses it. There are people in the process industries, in the chemical industry, and of course it even goes down to some of the lesser known industries and lesser known services, such as even wig manufacturing and hairdressers. You'd be amazed actually how much activity there is in the ordering and supplying a wig in itself, and the clauses of the standard fit beautifully into that whole process. So there is no exception really. The standard can be applied to any organisation very effectively.
Call our advisors for further information on international standards, management systems training and development, and assistance towards gaining registered status from a government-approved certification body. Alternatively, simply visit the Scottish Quality Management Centre online at www.qualityauditor.co.uk. SQMC, where quality is more than just ISO 9001.